just want to talk.
Trigger warning. On this episode, we're going to talk about suicide, which could be a sensitive topic for some. So just be warned. Welcome to We Just Want to Talk. I'm Debbie.
And I'm Mariam, and all we want to do is talk about Tegan and Sara. So, we don't have a guest today since we're continuing our series of analyzing high school episodes, and today we're going to start with episode 2, Shock to Your System. Isn't it what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, before we begin doing that, let's review some of the Tegan and Sara news that we have had in the past 2 weeks.
2
Well,
weeks.
Tegan just responded to my Substack, so
Yeah,
Debbie, review. Yeah,
she's replying to comments on
replying.
Substack right now. We're gonna have to read them later. So this week, what happened? The last 2 weeks, nothing much. They were somewhere because they posted TikToks and Instagram stories from an airport. Sara sadly lost her AirPods, so they had to buy more.
Very important news. Very important news.
news.
Sara lost her AirPods and then lost $400 buying new ones.
Exactly. There were a couple of Substack actually. Tegan talked about purses and Sara talked about marriage, so that was interesting.
That was very interesting on the paid Substack. And she shared a new photo of her and Stacy, and that's the official picture she actually shares of her and Stacy.
Yeah.
And they've been together for 12 years, I think. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
That was nice. It's a really cute picture. There was also a date added to their tour. They're going to Summerfest in Wisconsin in June, end of June. So that's a new date. That's it for news.
All right, so we'll just get to it and begin analyzing episode 2. And after that, we're going to analyze one of the songs on the Hey, I'm Just Like You album that came out in 2019. And we're going to also compare it to the original demo of the song. Should I say the song right now?
Yeah.
Please help me.
Please help me.
No. I mean, the song is called Please Help Me. I'm not asking Debbie to help me, but the song is called Please Help Me, written by Sarah Quinn from Tegan and Sara, obviously.
Which is a combination of the demo Zebra Sun and
Please
the song.
Help Me.
Well, we don't know the title of the demo, the Please Help Me demo, because it's a song that shows that it's on the audiobook, high school audiobook. But they don't say the title. We just assume it's Please Help Me because it's like the lyrics are very it's the Please Help Me song from the 2019 album, but the bridge is from Zebra Sun. So that's why it's called, we're calling it Hey, I'm Just Like You, but we don't actually know the title of the demo.
Yep. We're calling Please Help Me, but we don't know what the title of the demo is.
Exactly.
That's what she meant. And we also commented on this in the previous, Debbie's sick, it's fine. She can make any mistake she wants.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. She has
and
a flu or a cold.
I feel like I'm rambling. It took me so long to explain the song that we're talking about.
We always ramble, by the way.
Whatever.
Always,
stick to us.
I mean, the title is called We Just Want to Talk. So what's the point if we do not talk or ramble? Yeah.
But yeah, that's the song we're going to talk about after with
yeah, I just want to say that we did mention this song in the previous episode because Sara from the show, played by Season, was writing a note that she would give to, I think in this episode, she's going to give it to Phoebe, right? Is it in this episode or next episode? We'll see. And then we were like, well, those lyrics seem familiar, but they're not on any of these lyrics. They're not on Please Help Me or Zebra Sun or the demo of Please Help Me, but they kind of match, like the what if.
Yeah.
So it could be like an outcome of these, like written on the spot, on set, or maybe an original poem by Sara that we haven't ever seen. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or written by
reference. Yeah, that's why we
Oh,
decided
yeah.
to go with that song because like it kind of references last episode.
Yeah, and I truly love Please Help Me, and I always listen to it when I'm sad and I want to cry. Please Help Me and Hello, they're my favorite from
Oh, Hello is one of the
Hey, I'm
saddest
Just Like
songs.
You. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love Hey, I'm Just Like You. It has really good songs, and it deserved a lot better than what it got, but COVID fucked us all up, so what can we do?
Anyways,
Anyway, yeah,
uh,
let's begin with the episode, shall we?
yes.
Again, we're not going to share the audio of the episode nor the video because of
Oh, wait.
copyright. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Just a
waiting.
brief thing. I
Mhm.
wanted to say that we talked about it before that whatever we say here, it's like our opinion. Like if we say
Yeah,
any
yeah, yeah.
bullshit or things that like
Please
it's
don't
our
hold us accountable.
yeah, like we don't know Tegan and Sara. Like the things that we talk about them is whatever they share online.
We're just analyzing. We're fans.
Yeah. So
We're
we're not
just
here to
analyzing.
we don't want to offend
Judge
anybody. Like
or
the last thing
offend.
that yeah, the last thing that we would like is for people to feel offended or even Tegan and Sara, like if they're like these people are talking shit, like that's not intention at all.
They don't know
We
any
don't
shit and they're talking,
yeah,
but
we
yeah,
don't know
we're lifeless.
anything. Yeah, we don't know anything
Sorry,
about
Tegan, if you
them.
ever hear this.
This
We're
is just
lifeless.
us like
I have two
literally
jobs, but I'm lifeless as well.
exactly. Uh, so we're just like, it's just based everything we say is based on what they share. We don't know like anything for sure about their lives, 100%.
Got it.
Yeah. And on YouTube I've been posting, so we're not gonna post a video, but as we talk I post like stills, like images. So if you're watching on YouTube, it has some images. It's not the episode per se, but I am
Mhm.
posting, like when we talk about the news I post pictures and stuff, and then when I post the lyrics also show on screen. Just a disclaimer, but no video anymore.
Yeah.
I might post Sarah's video singing Please Help Me though. But let's go. Let's start.
Okay, so the
First,
episode starts with Sarah singing Violent Femmes, right? Or Kiss
yes.
by Violent Femmes, something like that. Wait, I forgot what it's called. Violent Femmes Kiss Off, yeah. Kiss Off by Violent Femmes. And this is my favorite scene in this episode, actually.
So
Um,
the episode starts right after the last episode ends. So they get home
mm.
and Sarah ditches Tegan to hang out with Phoebe, and now they're in Sarah's bedroom and Sarah
That's
is
in the next
singing.
morning. That's next morning. Sarah singing to Phoebe,
No, I think
basically.
isn't it the same day?
No, next morning. She slept over.
But isn't it a school day? It's a school day.
Is it? No, I
I
don't
think it
know.
is. I think she just
Well,
spends
she
like a
doesn't.
couple of hours.
Are
Tegan,
you
because
sure?
Tegan is doing laundry and then their mom arrived.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe. Oh my God, I thought it's the next day.
Now I
Well, they're
don't
making
know.
out. So,
Anyways,
and
they're
then
in the bedroom. Sarah and Phoebe are,
Simone comes. Yeah,
yeah,
or
Sarah is
Chasta.
singing to Phoebe. They make out, and then Simone knocks on the door, and then Sarah freaks out and goes open the door.
Yeah, and they have some witty comments saying to each
Yeah,
other. Of course, Kobe looks amazing here. Very
and
mommy.
yeah, so pretty much she's just telling them that Phoebe's dad arrived, so
Yeah,
she
and
has
he's
to
picking
go.
her up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um, there is Tegan on her own in the room. She's doing laundry and she's sad because Sarah ditched her. But you know why I think it's not the same day? Because remember their parents were supposed to be out and they were going to order like a movie. I don't know.
I think you're right. I think that
Okay,
this might be Saturday because it's the day of the party, right?
Saturday. Yeah, yeah. And
Wait,
then
no, they're gonna
Phoebe,
ask.
not that
They're
day.
gonna.
Ask about the party today.
Uh-oh. So I don't know then. Is this the morning
Well,
like you?
it's the morning. Take a look. It's the morning.
So
And
they're
she
going
gives
to
her,
school
they're
still.
going to piano. Remember, they're going to piano practice and then she opens the notes in there.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's given her a note. We don't know. She's like, open it when you're alone. That's what she says.
Yes, we're gonna
And they
see that
hug.
soon.
Yeah. So they encounter Simone. I mean Sarah does that. And Sarah's like, she feels very suspicious, like all the time that her mother knows what's going on. So she's like, why are you always looking at me as if you're analyzing me? And then Tegan comes down and they ask about the party. And well, Tegan says Maya invited her to the party.
Yeah, they convinced Simone that they should go to the party because, Simone was like, "Oh, you guys or Tegan should get your own friends." And Tegan's like, this my friend Maya is invited us to this party. And then Simone is like, "Oh, your friend." And then they convince Simone about the party.
It's like no drugs, no alcohol, no
Yeah, and
nothing.
they're like, "Yeah, for sure."
Of
Parents,
course.
they're like, "Yeah." And then Simone says, "Yeah, the condition is that you guys have to go to
See,
piano."
no school, no school. They go to the piano, and that's Sarah basically playing very horribly on the piano. Even though I think she's doing great, honestly, but I don't understand piano.
I don't
And
understand piano, so I don't know.
the teacher's like, "This is horrible. This is agonizing.
Hopeless. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hopeless." And Sarah's just like, "Okay, whatever." And she's just like, "Can I play Smashing Pumpkins today?" And she plays it on the piano, and the
The
teacher just
teacher's
wants
like, go back to the teacher's like, okay, go back to our stuff and then we can go to your stuff. Like you need to
we'll
get
make a
better.
deal. Yeah. Then, well, it's Tegan's turn.
Yeah, when Sarah's done with her class, it's Tegan's
Yeah.
turn. And then
And
Sarah
Sarah,
gets so Phoebe gave her a
the
note
note.
for her to read when she's alone, and then that's when she reads it when she's waiting for Tegan's lesson.
Yeah. And I like the music when she's reading the note. The music
Mm.
just like, I don't know, it's something very sensual about it. But it's
I mean,
also like,
it's
it
it's
says
intentional.
it's intentional. They covered up, of course, the notes because in the book, if you, as compared to the book, the note is there and is very R-rated,
Explicit.
very
Yeah,
explicit to be put in such a show. And
exactly.
if you want to know what the note is, we're not going to share it. So read the book, buy the book, enjoy the book.
And yeah, and then I think one of the notes we have almost in full that she wrote down.
A full letter, yes, in the book, that's true. And she hides
Yeah.
the notes. It's known about Sarah. She has the notes in her,
She also
like
hides the notes in the
in the
book.
teddy bear. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's the same thing as the book, the way that she hides the notes. But I think Tegan reads one of the notes. One, is it
So
right?
in the book, Tegan finds, I think she says that it was like a box like buried under her closet, like somewhere with her
Yeah.
clothes. And then Tegan finds it. And then she has to like, oh, I think after that she destroys them or something.
Yeah, yeah, she destroys all the notes when Tegan finds it. She feels so scared.
Yes.
And this is so
Yes.
relatable. Like, oh my God, I remember when I was a teenager, I had this diary, this journal, and all of my notes and my love letters to the crushes that I had, just
Yeah.
actors and
But her mom also finds a note because she types it down on the
that's
computer.
when she
She
prints
types
it.
on the computer and prints it and forgets it on the printer. She doesn't
Of
she doesn't
course,
pick it up, and her mom finds it.
classic Sarah.
And then Sarah and then Sarah just says that, oh, I just wanted to
She
see
asked her
how it
about her
feels.
and Phoebe and Naomi in the book. She asked her, is there
Yes.
something going on between you two? And she's like, no.
No, I just wanted to see how it
Yeah,
feels like to,
yeah, right
write
about
it
that.
down. Yeah.
But we don't have this thing. We have the mother asking if there's something wrong, but it's in a later episode and it's a different situation.
Mm-hmm.
But what was I going to say? I was going to say, oh, how relatable this part is of hiding the notes. And
Oh
I
yeah.
remember my mom figured out this journal. I was in grade 7 and 8. Yeah, I was in junior high, if you want to say. And then I was just like, I'm not going to write anymore. I'm going to hide it. And I just ripped it off. And then again, I did the same mistake in 15 and 16. And I
Oh no.
wrote, and my mom found it out. But my mom doesn't understand English, so that was fine.
Oh, okay. What happens after that?
Well, she's listening to music at home, of course. That's Sarah. And then that's her part. I guess it ends there, right? Is it?
No.
Oh no. Oh, there's a
They go to the
party. Of
party.
course. I forgot the party.
Miriam, a lot
What
happens
the
this
hell?
episode.
I know. It's an important episode. I forgot. So we see just Simone dropping them off and
Yes,
they
this
get to
fu-
the
this
party.
this scene is very good, and something similar happens in the book.
What is it?
They enter the party, and this guy is like, "Oh my God, twins!" And then in the book is the same. I don't think they make a
Mm.
joke in the book, but this happens when
Nah,
they
I don't
go
think so. No.
to the party.
Yeah. And well, Maya's there. What's his name? Evan is there. Spencer on the book is Evan. We talked about that last time. And of course, our
Yes.
lovely Maya. I'm hoping for season 2 and a lot of Maya and Tegan encounters
Yeah,
because
hopefully. Oh,
now and there's
we're
Evan's
introduced.
girlfriend.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
introduced to a new character,
Lily.
Lily. She's the one,
Yeah.
her brother is throwing the party, so the parties happen at her house.
Of course,
And
Sarah's
then,
left alone because Maya drags Tegan away from Sarah, and Sarah's just like, "Oh, what's going
yeah,
on?
so,
I'm alone."
so, yeah, Sarah,
She
Sarah's
feels alone
alone.
for once when Tegan ditches her, but of course,
Yeah,
they're
this is
on
the first
babysit
time
her.
that we see Sarah kind of like be alone, just like Tegan was before.
Mhm. And then she
To see if she
finds
finds, yeah,
Natalie talking. She calls her bathroom girl because she met her. She had already met her in the
she
bathroom in the
doesn't know her
bathroom.
name yet. Yeah,
Yeah. Then
they
she
didn't.
offers her the D word, drugs.
She invites Sarah for an adventure, and then Sarah's like, "Where we're
Adventure.
going?"
It's acid,
And
right?
then yes, LSD. So
Yeah.
she offers her some. They take it together.
Of course,
In the
Sarah's very
book,
happy about that.
can you pause?
And the book is very different.
In the book is very different. Sarah,
Yeah.
they are in an amusement park the first time she takes drugs, I think. And Sarah does it first, and Tegan doesn't want to for a while
Yeah.
until one day Sarah's like, "Okay, you try and I don't. So I'm sober. Like if anything happens to you, I'm here."
Hmm.
Um, and that's how they started. Like they would alternate who takes the drugs and the other like takes care of the other.
Yeah.
Before even school started, they did that, and their friends also do like
Before high
LSD. They
school started. Yeah. So grade nine,
yeah.
they started doing that. Oh,
Well, I mean, summer between grade 9 and 10,
still, that's so young.
and then when they go to the new school on the book, they meet these two friends, Stephanie and Zoe, and those are the ravers
And
who also
Stephanie and Zoe are Natalie and Ali, basically.
basically
Yeah, Stephanie is Natalie and Ali, it's Zoe. That's what we
Zoe,
concluded. Yeah.
and
And
and from the
yeah, continue.
start, either the book or the show, you can see that Sarah is attracted to Zoe or Ali.
Yeah, both ways. And I think we might get more Zoe or Ali in the next season if we get one,
Yeah, I think
obviously.
so.
And unfortunately, probably less Phoebe, because that's how the book is. But maybe they'll put a twist in there because Phoebe has to go to the summer
Well, we
pro
don't
exchange
know. We don't
program,
know.
right?
Yeah, they can go to a totally different direction to the show, to the book. But we'll see. The Sarah storyline, her love interests in the show and the book are very like way more
Similar
similar
than
than
Tegan's.
Tegan's. So they could
But
keep the same storyline or they
Cass,
could go to
I hope to see more of Cass because I truly like Hannah Riley from Better Things.
yeah,
I
same.
enjoy her acting and she's funny as well.
Yeah,
And
but
I
we'll
want to
see.
see a love triangle between, I would love to see a love triangle between Maya, Tegan, and Cass. Cass is Alex on the book, by the way, I think.
Yes.
I'm talking about Cass, but we haven't gotten to that episode. I just want to say that,
Yeah,
but
that's
we're
why
gonna get there.
yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
didn't mention her right away because
Yeah.
Alex also only shows up like later
Yeah.
in the book.
Well, yeah, let's continue. So, Ali also is there outside, and of course, Sarah is very smitten when she sees her, and she takes the drugs as well. So,
Yeah,
we,
the three of them take the drugs and are
and
introduced to
well,
each other
and Ali has a
first.
boyfriend, and Sarah just keeps on
Yeah,
watching her like a creep.
the
And
boyfriend shows up.
oh God, I love the scene, the fire. Well, this is one of my favorite scenes as well. The fire, and they're between like Sarah is staring at Ali, and she's next to her boyfriend. But of course, we don't know if what she saw is real or not because she's drugged.
Yeah, she's
So we
tripping.
don't know anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's tripping.
Natalie leaves her alone, and then she's
Mm.
just her, Ali, and the boyfriend. So she starts tripping,
The way
and
the
everything she
fire,
sees is very like
the hands,
trippy
they're melting together.
together. And yeah,
The light, the
and
way
then
it shines on her face. Season is very beautiful, by the way. I mean, season really
yeah,
are very, very attractive and beautiful. And well, that's Ali played by Brianne
Brianne
Chu,
too.
right? Yeah.
Yes. And
Also
there's
very
another
beautiful.
staring contest, but this time is Sarah's imagination, but they're both looking at each
Imagination.
other. The lighting is like very,
Dark, but also reddish and it's very sensual. You have the fire between them, so
but it's
it's
very
very
capturing.
suggestive.
Like
It's suggestive. It represents how they are attracted to each other.
Sara reaches out to hold Allie's hand, but it's all imagination. And when she's almost touching her, Natalie shows up, and then
with the
eyes
googly
are like
eyes.
huge. Yeah, because Sara is high on drugs. She's
That's
like,
very
what
funny.
the fuck? Yeah.
And then it's just Sara just wakes up and it's just Allie with her boyfriend sitting.
Yeah,
It's like,
and then
what?
she realizes what's going on, and she hears a song coming from inside, and she's like,
and she's very
whoa.
chill and relaxed now. We don't see the very
It's
sad Sara.
it's the first time we see her enjoying herself.
Oh, the
Period.
music. Yeah. When
So yeah,
she starts playing music, like she has this real hype, real happiness.
But
Of
yeah,
course,
she
Tegan
goes
loses her
inside.
shit.
She goes inside and she's like, Tegan, did you put this song on? And then Tegan's like, yes. Like, what's going on? And Sarah's so excited about it. And Tegan's like, are you on drugs?
Yeah,
And
of
Sarah's
course.
like,
No, I'm not,
yes.
silly. She's watching the fish and she's smiling like an idiot.
They have to call their mom, but
Yeah.
Sarah's high. So Tegan is like, be normal. Like,
Sarah can't be
Sarah's,
normal. Oh, this is the way that you treat your cat. It's the same thing. No, stop. It's the same thing. Debbie and her cat, well, Tegan and Sara and them.
Sarah's a cat.
Yeah.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, no, stop. No, don't touch it.
But yeah, this scene is really
Sarah's
funny
like,
when
hey,
Sarah
mom.
has to.
Hi, mom. What's up?
Hi, mom. What's up?
Of course, because she's being nice. So if Sarah's not nice.
Yeah, this happens in the book as well. Like her mom always calls where they are to make sure. And the one time that she finds out they're not there is because she called and they weren't. Yeah, they would stay and wait for the mom to call back. So they would pick up and then they would only leave afterwards because the mom already called. So here, that's when Tegan tells Sara that like, you don't want to like hang out with me anymore. And then Sara realizes like what she did. She ditches Tegan.
Yeah.
And she didn't
I love this
realize
part.
that. Yeah. She's watching Maya and Tegan talk, and then she's remembering what she did.
I just want to say, do you know how we were so hopeful 2 weeks ago about the show being renewed, and now we're not as hopeful because what happened in the between that is that A League of Their Own got renewed for only 4 episodes, and then Tegan was like,
Oh yeah,
tweet Renew High School on Freevee, and she put that on Substack. So we kind of lost hope that if they didn't give the most famous show on Amazon Prime the proper renewal,
Can you
are they
pause?
going to give High School?
Yeah, we don't know about the renewal because of League of Their Own. But after Tegan and Maya, or Sara interrupts Tegan and Maya to tell her that she misses Tegan because she finally realized that like she was being selfish, freezing her out and just hanging out with Phoebe. And then when they're leaving the party,
yeah, well, they're leaving the party, and Sara, of course, she's still high, and she says that kind of notices that Maya likes Tegan. And of course, Sara notices she has the queer gaze that idiot Tegan on the show doesn't have.
Yeah, because she has that. She's like, that's happening to Tegan too. Like she's.
I wonder why she hasn't told Tegan. I think because she doesn't want to out herself. She didn't tell Tegan. It's like it's very like kind of dangerous for her.
I think that's why they never talked about it, because if they did, like they would have to out each other, and
I want to see that. This is what I want to see on this second season. I know it's not on the book, but I want Sara to out herself to Tegan and cry about it and just, you know what? I want to change the entire book.
I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do. Like if they're gonna change things and make them talk to each other about it, on the show.
I want my own script to happen.
Yeah. Or if it's just gonna be like in the air all the time. They're gonna know, but like, the other one doesn't know that the other one knows.
Yeah. And well, Patrick picks them up, not Simone, and he's like, "Where's mom?" She's like, and he's like on a work
she's at a work thing, so yeah.
And we don't know what the work thing is, but we know it later on in the episode. And Sarah's home, she's just looking at the ceiling and imagining Allie and everything. Yeah. I like this scene too.
Yeah. She
gets up and drinks water.
Then she gets up to go downstairs to drink some water because LSD makes you really thirsty.
Yeah.
And she sees her mom outside in the car.
She's so tiny.
Can she see if Like, could she see from the outside that her mom was crying already, or did she just see
Let's
her
see.
there?
I think she sees that. I think so. Well, this part is what we're going to see is not in the book. Yeah, her mom is just sitting in the car.
This
No,
part
she's not
doesn't is not in
crying
the book at all
at
because
all.
it's a
Yeah.
on the book we don't know anything about the other characters,
Yeah, no POV.
but
So
on the show we go a little bit more in depth. And I don't know if this happened in real life with their mom, what happens here, but it goes really well with the show.
it goes really well. Yeah. Maybe it did, but they didn't say it. But, Clea knows the story and she wanted
Hmm.
to add it. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we know that Tegan and Sarah didn't want this part to be added. I think they objected, but Clea
It
convinced them
wasn't
to
this
keep it.
part. It wasn't this part that they didn't want. The
It's
part they didn't want was when their mom
left
left.
outside. Are you sure
That's
not
not
also this part? Because I think this
it's
part too. I mean, all the else, the Simone part's kind of critical about the death and the whole thing.
really?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember
I
they
think they
said.
talked about it. They talked about it many times, and one of them was in general about this part and the other one
Oh, I don't
when
remember.
she on episode 4, of course. But well, it starts with Simone's POV later on. Half of the way, well, half of the episode is Sarah's POV, and now it's Simone's. And we have a different setting, and she's driving and singing in the car. And we don't have that in the book. We have
Not at all.
no perspective of Sonia, their
Hmm.
mom, in the
Yeah,
book, but we do
what
have it.
happens? Yeah, we don't know what happens to her when she goes to work or to school in the book, but in
Yeah,
the show it shows her going to school
to school because she's doing
and
her master's degree. She was,
yeah,
yeah, done to work. She's a social worker. And yeah, that's in the University of Calgary, I think. That's yeah.
yes. Hmm.
Of
A
course, to
couple of
show how much her day is full and how, because you can't just say that the girls were neglected and abandoned and alone, but their
yeah.
mom was doing something important. She was working, she was studying, she was, and
Yeah, she
she doesn't,
didn't have much time with the girls because
yeah.
she was really busy.
And even the her friends from school, they asked her to go out with them, and she's like, no, I have to go, I have something to do. She has to
She
go to
has
work.
work. Yeah.
She didn't even have time for that.
So during the day she goes to school and then in the evening she has work and it shows
Yeah,
her and one of her coworkers talking about, life. So she talks about a little bit what's going on with her,
yeah.
uh, the twins, like how,
She's busy all the time.
yeah,
Oh my God, the computer is so old. The 90s.
yeah, the aesthetics are super cool, like the 90s
Very,
and stuff.
very, very well, honestly, very well filmed, very well made. It's a
Yes,
perfect show. It's very good.
yeah.
Not being biased, by the way, I do have some film studies experience because that's part of my major. So I'm not being
Hmm.
biased. I'm being very
You
critical,
know what you're
actually.
talking about, yeah,
I know what I'm talking about, especially when it comes to
yeah,
cinematography, I mean.
yeah. But yeah,
So
Simone is here. She's talking about Patrick and how things are going with. They're not married. They are. They're
she's kind
just
of feeling
together.
bored with their relationship. I
Yeah,
understand,
they
honestly.
like from this dialogue, you kind of understand that they moved to the suburbs, and then she's like, I think it's getting in the girls. Like everything's boring, and then her coworkers when like, is it the girls or you that is like bored by
Exactly.
you know
What was
the
going on?
suburbs?
Now
But
she's,
here, yeah, she's talking about her
oh, yeah,
life.
yeah,
She
yeah,
was
yeah. The
mom,
phone
very
rings.
young.
The phone rings. And the crisis line and Amy. It's Amy. And we don't know who Amy is, but that's Clea's voice, by the way. Clea
Oh
DePauw's
yes,
voice.
but the person wants to call to talk to Simone, and then Simone picks it up, and it's a girl mentioning that her voices, the voices are back.
Mm,
And Simone is like, "Are you taking your meds?" And then she's like, "No, but the voices told me not to."
yeah.
And then she says something about the voices don't like the heat. Oh no, Simone says that.
And she's
Yeah,
like, well, turn on the heat. There's no way they're gonna come if you turn on the heat. So what do you do first? I take my medicine, Amy says. And that's a perfect place to start. Of course, Simone says. So, you
yeah.
know. She goes back home. We don't see what's going on, but she's driving back home. Yeah, I don't understand
Can you
this part,
pause?
Debbie.
Can you
Yeah.
pause? Okay, sorry. So when she was talking to Lori, her coworker, she
Mm.
mentions that like she's not really happy in her marriage with Patrick because she feels like she's stuck because before when she was young and she had the twins and she needed help, he was there for her. But now that things are like established, she's like it's boring, you know, like we're this family in the suburbs. She doesn't want to be that person. And then this scene after she talks to Amy on the phone, it's her in the car. She's going home, and when she's talking to Lori, she says, "You know, sometimes when I go home, I want to drive away instead of driving back home." And
Mm.
when we see this scene, she's in the car, and then she has to make a decision either to drive home or drive away, and that's what happens here. But it's a spoiler, but the last episode it's the same
She,
scene, and then it's instead of driving home she drives away, and it's like a
yeah,
huge cliffhanger, you know, like where did she go instead of going home. The
yeah,
arrow means go home, and then she's like, do I
go
want to go
home.
home or do
Yeah,
I, yeah.
making a U-turn. So it's either to make a U-turn and go home or to keep ahead, straight ahead and go away,
No, no,
drive away.
if she goes left it's home, if she drives ahead it's
Ah, it's
not
left
home.
now a U-turn. I don't know why I thought it's a U-turn because I saw the
Whatever, it's either
thing.
home
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
away.
She's
What
at
is this
home
part?
doing, that's next day. That's next
Oh,
day.
that's
And
when
she's,
Patrick.
yeah, she's doing her work. She's studying, I guess.
Yeah, she's in her little, like it's not an office because it's an open space, but she's there
Mm.
either
Comes
working or
in.
studying. Yeah, Patrick
Yeah.
arrives, and then they're like, "Okay, what are we gonna do today?" And then they argue. They don't argue, but like they don't want to do the same things. And then you can
Like, do
see
you
that
go to
they're,
your parents or my parents? And it's like, we don't want to see people.
yeah, they're like, "I don't want to do what you want to do. I don't want to do what you want to do." Okay, and then Patrick's like, "Okay, I
I
have
have
the
an
best
idea.
idea." So we're like, "Okay, let's
Okay.
find out later what it
Because it's
is."
the weekend, right? It's the weekend. That's the same weekend of when Phoebe
The
stays over, by
party,
the
yeah,
way. And well, here Simone's driving the girls to the party, and we see what happens in the car when what she tells them. We don't see that in Sarah's point of view, but we see it
yeah,
in Simone's point of view. And she's like, no drugs, no drinking. I'll call you. You better pick up. Yeah, I'll argue on you for life.
yeah,
I'll check with you at 10.
yeah. And then after this, she goes home.
We found out the great idea is
Patrick's
Chinese food.
sushi, not even Chinese.
Is it sushi only? Because there's noodles on her plate. I don't know. That's why I
I don't
saw.
know. It's takeout
It's
food.
sushi, it's takeout. Yeah. Sushi.
And
Yeah,
then
that's true.
and then
It is
once
sushi.
again you see them talking, and then the conversation is very kind of forced, that like they're trying to like have a conversation, but the conversation is not really interesting to either of them. And that's when you can see like kind of like the crisis of her marriage with Pat, or not the marriage, but um, her and Patrick's relationship at the moment. They're not connected at all. They're very disconnected because Patrick is telling a story, and then he's like, "Oh, do you remember this?" And then she's like, "No." And then he's like, "Okay, so this happened," and then he's talking about something he was looking for that he thought he mentioned, but he never did. And then she doesn't know what he's talking about, and then she's like, "Okay, cool, you found the stuff," but she's not really interested in that, you know. So
Honestly, because this
she
scene is so boring, because Patrick is
so
so
boring.
boring. I love the actor, but the character
And
Patrick is so boring.
it's not
And
even
I fall asleep. I
no,
never pay attention. Now you're telling me what's going on. I'm
it's
like,
not even
really?
that
This
he's
happened?
boring. It's just Simone's point of view of him
Oh
at the
yeah, maybe
moment.
he's not. That's
You know what
true.
I mean? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he's a very
yeah.
funny guy, but like she's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
not
yeah.
interested in what he's saying.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
so I think she's the one who suggests them to drink some wine. So they drink a
So
little bit of
could,
wine,
yeah,
and then
relax and chill
yeah, exactly.
and the girls are not home, so they could do whatever they want.
So
Yeah.
they're kissing, and then you can see that like they're excited and they want to keep going, but the phone rings, and it's the girl.
Mm.
She picks up, and then she makes sure that they're not drinking, that they're having fun. And then when they hang up, she calls back, just like from Tegan's or Sarah's point of view.
Yeah.
She calls back, Tegan's picks up, and then everything's okay. And then they go back to kissing, and the phone rings again.
Yeah.
And then they actually think it's the girls. but then it's Lori, her coworker, and suddenly she's in the hospital. Her coworker is there, and then they find out something happened to Amy, Simone's.
And she started the house on fire. Amy had started the house on fire, basically to cook out the voices. And of course, she had killed herself doing that. Did the police officers like investigate thing? Did they like question Simone? Shouldn't they do that? I mean, I feel like
I don't
I know
know.
it's not her responsibility, but still, like,
I don't know. That's a good question.
and while we see Simone in the car crying her eyes out, and that's basically when Sara sees her just sitting there.
Yeah, after the hospital, she goes home,
Yeah.
and then yeah, she's crying in the car, and we see Sara coming to see what's going on, and that's when the episodes overlap.
And then Sara sees her, and Simone wipes her tears, and she's like, "I'm fine."
Yeah, and like this is one of the things that I hope that it changes a little bit the next season, because Sara, a lot of things happen to Sara. She has this scene with Simone. She has another scene with Patrick. We see her doing drugs. We see her
Honestly, Sarah's scenes are
raving.
very deep. Yeah, and that's not what happened to Tegan's scenes, and I'm very disappointed about that. And season 2 better edit this out. Okay,
Yeah,
Clea,
I
if
might.
you hear this, this is a warning.
Very disappointing. Yeah.
I want more Tegan.
I think they might do it. I mean, it might have been the intention to have Sara like go through all of these things, and then because Tegan it's a very like light character, she's not very deep on this season at least. So maybe that's what's gonna happen next season. Like we're gonna see more, like they're gonna more layers. Like her character is gonna be more deep. That's what I hope for next season for Tegan.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But please, if you want the next season, do tweet Renew High School on Freevee on Twitter, use it on Instagram, spam Amazon Freevee with it. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah.
Bully them into making the show. I know we're not a lot. We're not a lot, but we can be powerful. I always say this. We're not a lot, but we can be powerful, because otherwise we're not gonna get.
Hashtag Renew High School on Freevee. Miriam and I have been tweeting this like for a long time now, since fucking like November.
Yeah, since November, exactly. We started the hashtag.
But Tegan on one of the Substack posts asked us to use the hashtag too, and spam Freevee. So we'll see. Keep using the hashtag. Just tweet at them. Just say anything. Instagram, Twitter. If you have TikTok, also like comment. Even if you just want to go on our edits on TikTok and tag Freevee for them to renew, please do. We want season 2 of High School, so help us. Now we're going to analyze the song Please Help Me, which is on the album Hey, I'm Just Like You, and it's a combination of Please Help Me, the demo that we already mentioned earlier, and the demo Zebra's Son. They're both in the audiobook, the High School audiobook. And you can find the lyrics and the list of audio and video in Kenzie's website, teganisaraarchive.com. You can search, there's a search bar where you can search for the songs and the lyrics. We're going to have the lyrics from the website for Please Help Me.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, what were you going to say about Please Help Me?
I think it's about the future and like not being sure.
She is very scared.
For sure. Yeah.
She doesn't know what's going on.
It's about anxiety, but not the feeling of anxiety. It's about being anxious about something specifically, which is the future and what's going to happen. And
yeah, I think she was very, very scared and very unsure about her sexuality. That's one what's going to happen to her. She's lost and she's like, please help me. But who is she talking to? Please help me. Like, is she talking to God? I don't know. She's not religious.
I think she's talking in general, like someone
like
help
the
me.
Universe, maybe.
Remember when she mentioned that I think it's not on the show actually, so I think it's actually good that I'm talking about it now. When they have the sex notes on the book, she talks about her teachers. Sara talks about her teachers in school that she thinks are gay. And one of them in particular, and that when she writes her sex notes, she has the teacher bust them, like as someone that could like someone that she could relate to that was also gay. And I think this song might be maybe the person she's talking about. It's not specifically the teacher to help her, but the idea of
Anybody who
someone.
understands her, anybody who understands her and her
Exactly.
situation, and tells her, don't be scared, it gets better, and your future is going to be good. And I like that they remade this song because, I mean, their future turned out to be awesome, great.
Yeah.
Like going back and thinking, oh God, I thought the world would end and I wanted help so bad, but look at me now. And it's a very, very sad song. And there is a live session of Sara singing it, and it's even sadder live if you want to listen to that. I always play that. Um, yeah, it's amazing.
There's
Um,
also the video of her as a teenager in her bedroom singing this, so I'm going to play
yeah,
it.
let's get into the demo of Please Help Me.
I have the
And
Zebra Sun lyrics up.
I thought that was Zebra Sanders. Please help me. Yeah. So ate my dreams, I've been so lost, trembling claim I've said so long, slowly mesmerized and drunk, thick and dizzy from the
Like
dawn.
these lyrics are, or they seem very random, but
No, they're not, by the way. They're not. It's
no,
just
no.
they're expressing her loss. It's just same idea of please help me. You can connect them to sometimes I see stars as well. She's just lost. She wants help. It's thick. It's a quit or no. I'm getting old. She's
But I
scared
think
of the
she's,
future.
but she's meant. I think you're right. So I think she's talking about the idea of someone. Please help me. And I think like almost
She
every
says, "Oh
lyric.
my God, what will I do? Oh my God, what will I do?" It's like she's asking, like, "What will I
Yeah,
do?"
but almost every verse here, it could be something that happened to her in real life, at which references her.
She remembers also scenes from her childhood. I remember Christmas and I throw up. Is that the shift from childhood to adulthood, basically. And I miss the constant pulse of rain, but the trendy dawn will rise again. I think zebra sun means like the sun is half covered, like you can't see it. It's like something like that. Like it's
Maybe.
half covered, it's shaded kind of, half shaded, something like
Yeah.
that. The fires rise, I'm out of my head. Trace the scene to view, I'm out of my mind. But who am I to disagree? And who am I to fall apart? That's from Please Help Me, by the way, the new the new song, or the published one,
The
let's say.
remake.
The remade one, yes. Well, I lived my life the best I could. I lived my life the best I could. And who are you so afraid to see? And who are you so afraid to be?
Yeah, that part is in Please Help Me.
Yeah. And well, she then says, sung by you, I was out of my head. Night's silent warmth floats me to sleep. Her feverish hum is calm tonight. The drum of day rests a lazy sun. I think she's talking about Naomi or Phoebe in here. Drown in the ocean with her hands. This is a very
Well,
sexual
it
reference.
depends, because Zebra Sun isn't Zebra Sun. No, it's not one of the demos, right?
No, no, no.
It could be
Sex.
about Zoe. Depends when she wrote it,
Oh, it could be about
because
Zoe. That's true. I
yeah,
forgot.
because
Mm.
the previous one, Please Help Me, was when she had her cast. So that was grade 11 when Phoebe was away. Not Phoebe, Naomi. When Naomi was in Montreal, she broke her arm. So
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
one, Please Help Me, was written around that time.
Mm-hmm.
But Zebra Sun, we don't know. Could be either about Naomi or Zoe.
Could be, but it's about a girl.
But yeah, but but
Not
yeah, it's
all, not
about
not not the entire song though, only that part because the song obviously very
yeah, it's about
clearly
her,
her
yeah,
fear of the
herself.
future. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And but that's the thing, like she's talking about a girl, and that makes her scared of what's going to happen to her, the uncertainty and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And like she was 16 or 17. It's crazy. She was like writing about this stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying because,
Very
like,
deep.
if you go back to Lord's earliest songs and Billie Eilish's, they're
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
deep. It's
Yeah.
always the
It's true.
teenagers that are very deep.
Yeah, it's just the feelings are like so.
It's mixed up and mingled because I remember when I read my poems from when I was 19 and 18, they're way deeper than my poems right now. Now I'm just like, I guess we get fed up with life and with the routine. I'm just like, okay,
But
let it
you just feel everything so like with
intensely.
so intensely with,
Mhm.
and for the first time, and then you're like, what is this that I'm feeling like? So
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
it's
understood.
like I really like that. She put it in a song. So beautiful and sad.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think we're good for the lyrics and the song, analyzing the song.
Yep. So basically, that's it for this episode of We Just Want to Talk. One question we want to ask before we wrap this up is what's your favorite part of season two? No.
No,
Of episode two, sorry. Of episode two of high school. Well,
stuck
luck
to your
maybe,
system.
maybe this is indicating that we'll get a season two. But what's your favorite
I
part of
hope.
season two? Let's hope next year at this time we're doing what's your favorite part of season two?
Yes,
I mean,
but
I
tell
don't
us
think
your favorite
so.
part in episode two.
Episode two, yeah.
My favorite part, I think, was the house party with Sarah.
Yeah.
It was really funny and well done, and we
Uh,
finally saw her, joyful and
and the
having
beginning
fun.
is my favorite part. And
Oh, Phoebe and
also,
Sarah, yeah.
yeah, I love this. It's very cute. Yeah, and lastly, well, you can find us on social media on Twitter. Debbie's Twitter is not TNS Lyrics at not
Mm-hmm.
TNS Lyrics, and mine is at Want the Maximum. That's my standing Twitter,
Yeah,
not
mine
my
too.
personal one.
I'm not going to give you
To
my
share my personal one. I
my
mean, you can
personal
find it.
Twitter. Yeah,
Use
no.
her.
And
And
if you're a
yeah,
Tegan and Sarah
TikTok.
fan, you're gonna prefer our Stan Twitter anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Tegan followed me
I'll follow Debbie's
yesterday
Twitter. Yes, yay. Thank you, Tegan.
for some reason. Thanks for the follow.
Yeah. And you
Very
can find
unexpected.
Debbie on TikTok
TikTok,
as um
Barocco Debbie.
Paroko Debbie. And there is also the TikTok that I add some edits of high schools, just for high school edits. It's called at Weekend Folk Nightmare, I guess, right? Yeah. And
Yes.
yeah, follow that if you care about high school and want more edits of high school.
Yes.
But
Follow
most
us
of
on
my
Twitter.
edits, I just have to say something that most of my edits are getting removed from this TikTok because of the location that I am in. And well, I'm not allowed to share anything, basically. This is upsetting me. So whenever I make an edit, I get shadow banned or the video gets removed like the second day. And
Yeah.
that's the problem that I'm
Miriam's
facing
Miriam's edits are not getting any views for that
anymore.
reason. Yeah.
Especially that
But
I
if
use
you
a
want,
VPN because TikTok is banned where I am in. So I use a VPN, so it doesn't have quite the reach.
yeah. So if you want to check her videos out, they're probably not going to show up on your FYP, so you should go check them out. Weekend
Yeah.
Folk Nightmare.
They're good. I
They're
don't
good.
like to say that about myself, but they're good. They're good edits.
Yeah, they should be doing well, but TikTok is
Yeah.
effed up.
Shit.
So
Yeah. And I basically say what's my favorite part of high school, like almost every day. So I shared the 3 episodes. What's my favorite part of the first 3 episodes? Like favorite
nice.
scene
Yeah,
on
I've
that
been
TikTok.
posting just random stuff. I was
I had
doing
so many
character.
ideas and so many sounds, but I was very discouraged by the removal of 3 of my videos recently, just because they have Sarah and Phoebe.
Yeah.
And that was very fucked up. And what else? I'm shadow
Ye-
banned anyway. I'm not getting any views. So
Yeah. I was doing the character versus the actor. I was doing a series. I did 2 so far. I don't know if I'm gonna do more, maybe. So
mm,
check out my TikTok. I do very random edits, but I think they're fun. And I think you're going to enjoy it. You can also follow us on Wanna Talk TNS Pod on Twitter. And we're on Spotify and YouTube. If you just search We Just Wanna Talk and Tegan and Sara, you're going to find us.
Yep. So yeah,
thanks for listening or watching. You can message us either here on YouTube or Twitter, and see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's about it today. Have a nice week or weekend when this comes out, or Sunday.
Whenever you listen.
Yeah, see you. See you in 2
Bye.
weeks. Goodbye.